Superstar Dolph Ziggler, Ricochet,
AJ Styles,
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is BrettO Live on YouTube.
What is going on, guys? BrettO Live back with another video, and today we have the Week in Review, episode 117. This is where we go over Raw and SmackDown in a setup style. We're going to start off with Monday Night Raw, and I gotta admit, this Raw was one of the worst Raws, one of the most boring Raws I have ever watched. We're going to get into it. Try to go a little quick, because I don't want to talk about this boring crap. I want to jump into SmackDown, so without further ado, let's get into it. Starting over here was an 8-woman tag team match. It was Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Asuka, and Nikki Cross going up against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Eva Marie, and Doudrop. Again, 8-woman tag team match. This match was just okay. They had a little controversy with Eva Marie and ringside because of the ending. In the end, we saw Nikki Cross get pinned for the first time ever since changing her character to the superhero by Nia Jax. She ended up hitting the Samoan drop, pinning Nikki Cross, and then Eva Marie, her typical little thing that she's doing now, and then she just said, "Your winner, Eva Marie," even though she didn't do anything in the match. I couldn't stand it. I thought that was all crap. Moving over here, before we saw Ricochet versus Morrison, we opened up the show with a horrendous Miz TV episode. This was so bad. I really thought it was just like, okay, guys, go out there and do something. That's really what I think they were told. It was all the Raw superstars that were going to be in the Money in the Bank match as guests on Miz TV. It was just so freaking bad. Riddle got pushed off a ladder, and then it was like, okay, what do we do now? And then this, and then that. I'm like, what is going on? It was just so crappy. But then it turned into a match between Morrison and Ricochet in a one-on-one match, and that match was actually really good. Morrison and Ricochet have been delivering. Even last week they did. I thought that was really good. But they ended the match in a terrible way. Ricochet got counted out. I'm like, wait, why can't we have a clear winner in this match? Well, we did. Obviously, Morrison won by countout, but like you guys know what I mean. But like by pinfall. But no, they didn't give us a. Well, Morrison did win, but again, it's Money in the Bank. Why can't we get a clear winner? Give somebody momentum going into Money in the Bank. I just thought that was a little weird, but as far as the match goes, it was pretty good. They did a cool spot with Miz. Ricochet did a flip over and then did a Hurricane Rana to Morrison. I thought that was cool. But yeah, moving over here, it was Ali versus Mansoor. Mustafa Ali versus Mansoor. This match was okay. In the end, I honestly think Mustafa Ali is going to train Mansoor and be like his mentor or something like that, because in this match, Mustafa Ali actually tricked Mansoor into helping him because his foot got caught in the rope, and then after Mansoor helped him, he pinned him. And I'm like, oh, what an idiot. You never fall for a heel's tricks. Come on. But yeah, Ali ended up picking up the victory over Mansoor. I don't really care for the rivalry whatsoever. And before this match went down, Jinder Mahal actually pulled up in the Wreckin' Slam motorcycle. Literally, it was not a coincidence that it literally looked exactly like this motorcycle right here, just without the crack in the front. But yeah, Jinder Mahal literally pulled up in a motorcycle that looked exactly like that one, which is absolutely insane. I thought of it right away because I remember Braun Strowman destroying the Camaro that looked like the Wreckin' Slam mobile, so that was pretty interesting. But yeah, again, Jinder Mahal, Drew McIntyre, one-on-one. This match was just okay. A couple callbacks to 3MB, which I liked, but nothing crazy. In the end, we just saw the new, I like to call them just the new Singh brothers. I think they're Veer and Shanky. I just call them the new Singh brothers, and they just caused a disqualification when Drew McIntyre was about to win, and then Jinder Mahal just stole the sword. So nothing new at all for Jinder, just new looking Singh brothers, to be honest. That was kind of crap. Moving over here, it was Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik versus Retribution. This match kind of came out of nowhere, and Lucha House Party ended up winning. I don't really care about that. Moving over here, one of the worst promos I've ever seen. Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, they were both faking an injury of their like ankle or something, and they said, I know what you're doing. I know the games that you're playing. And then they just started having like a lightsaber duel with the freaking crutches, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. It was literally just so bad. Oh my gosh, literally just so freaking bad. Moving over here, it was actually Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles. This match was okay. It's just the endings to these matches. I cannot do these endings. Yeah, Nia Jax fell. I don't even care. In the end, we saw, what's his name? Omos. Omos was trying to get involved a couple times, and then Eric and Ivar distracted Omos for Matt Riddle to pick up the victory with a roll-up, and I'm like, okay, I mean, yeah, getting a little redemption from last week from losing the triple threat for Randy Orton. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I don't really care. Over here, sort of like another pointless match. Just more build for the Elias Riker rivalry, and I just don't care. Put Riker in a different rivalry, dude. Like, whatever. But yeah, it was Elias and Cedric Alexander versus R-Truth and Jackson Riker. I feel like they just didn't want to do another Elias versus Riker match, so they're like, yeah, throw Cedric and R-Truth in there. Yeah, I miss Cedric versus Shelton. What happened to that? And where's Sheamus? Like, what the heck? But yeah, moving into the match, it was okay. Elias ran away, leaving Cedric alone, and then Jackson Riker was able to beat Cedric. Lame as crap. Moving over here, it was the main event. MVP back in ring action, which I thought was pretty cool to see him back in ring gear, finally back in a ring. That was pretty cool. As far as the match goes, MVP Bobby Lashley versus The New Day, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. This match was just okay. Nothing special. In the end, we saw Kofi Kingston hit a Trouble in Paradise on MVP, and then Bobby Lashley showed a little frustration towards MVP for losing the match, and that was it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Raw is coming to Allstate Arena, and I really want to go, but I'm afraid it's going to be terrible, just like this show. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. But yes, that was Monday Night Raw. In the end, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. I really despise this show. I thought it was just so freaking boring. Oh my gosh. This match was okay, but then again, I don't like what they're doing with Ricochet. I don't like how Morrison's still with The Miz. So, it's just like, yeah, this match is, like, this show is getting a 1 out of 5 for me. I just did not like it whatsoever. The last episode of SmackDown in the Thunderdome. Yes, guys, we're going to hop here into SmackDown, and that means there's only one more Raw. One more Raw in the Thunderdome, and then we're back on the road. Fans, real crowd reactions. Oh, it's going to be freaking amazing. I'm so hyped. We're going to jump into it, so let's jump into SmackDown. Moving over here, a lot went down over here. So Sonya Deville come out. She was announcing how Bayley got injured in some sort of practice, I guess. And she's not going to be able to face Bianca Belair at Money in the Bank, but Sonya Deville had a plan. She found a replacement, and that replacement is, of course, Carmella. She's been playing favorites to Carmella over the past couple weeks. So she gave it to Carmella. So Bianca Belair and Carmella are going to face each other not at Money in the Bank. They're going to face each other this coming Friday here at the first SmackDown back in front of fans, which is really cool. So she changed it from Money in the Bank to SmackDown, which is pretty cool. And then also Liv Morgan got in the face of Sonya Deville. She's like, you're playing favorites with Carmella and all this crap. And then she's like, I was just about to announce that you're in the Money in the Bank match. And then she got super mad. But yeah, so finally Liv Morgan made it into the Money in the Bank match. Not too bad at all. I thought that was pretty good. Some not bad announcements right there. Moving over here, it was, hate to say it, but it was another match between Shinsuke Nakamura and Baron Corbin. One-on-one, once again. I just did not want to see this. This was a qualifying match this time for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match that's coming up at Money in the Bank, and I'm super hyped for it. The participants, once I tell you the final guys that made it, this match is going to be freaking amazing. But again, Shinsuke, Corbin, nothing special in this match. In the end, we saw Shinsuke Nakamura hit the Kinshasa kick on Corbin, pin him 1, 2, 3, and I guess Rick Boogs and Shinsuke bought his old car at an auction or something like that. It was kind of dumb. But yeah, and Corbin's still this depressed character, losing everything. I'm interested to see where they're going to go with that. But yeah, Shinsuke was able to pick up the victory over him and get that Money in the Bank spot in the match, which is pretty cool. We had a debut of a tag team. We saw Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart go up against Natalya and Tamina, their debut from NXT. Very, very cool to see them pick up the victory. I was very surprised. Very, very surprised. Right when Shotzi Blackheart pinned Natalya, I believe, I'm like, oh my gosh, that come out of nowhere. She pinned her. I'm like, oh my gosh, no freaking way. And then Tamina was all like, you've got to be kidding me. No way we just lost that match. So you got to think they're going to be getting a future Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity. It wasn't the most crazy match of all time, but it was pretty cool to see the surprise of them coming out and facing the Women's Tag Team Champions. That was not too bad at all. Moving leading to my favorite part of the show, hands down. It was Seth Rollins versus Cesaro, the final qualifying match for Money in the Bank, at least the men's Money in the Bank match. It was Seth Rollins, Cesaro, one-on-one match. This was so freaking good. Oh, every time these two hop in the ring, and they've been practicing with each other over the past couple months in multiple matches, so this one did not disappoint at all. This was super good. Cesaro actually got cracked open. His head actually got cracked open. We saw some blood. I'm like, dang, this is actually pretty crazy. I'm not sure if he hit the exposed turnbuckle or it might have been this one spot where Cesaro was going for the tornado uppercut where he jumps off the middle rope. It might have been there because Seth Rollins caught him on the face pretty freaking hard. But in the end, we saw Seth Rollins target that open wound. He DDT'd him on the open grate at the entrance ramp and then also curb stomped him in the center of the ring, and that guaranteed Seth Rollins in the Money in the Bank match. And then backstage later in the night, Seth is like, Roman, I'm cashing on you before. I can do it again. And then Edge come up to him. It was just, yeah, amazing. Just amazing. Moving over here, in the beginning of the show, actually, we saw Roman Reigns come out, make amends with the Usos. We saw Jimmy and Jay both out there. Jay returned. They made amends. All like fully family again. But then later in the show, Edge actually called out Roman Reigns, and then the Usos came out when Reigns told him not to, and then the Usos ended up getting beat up by the Mysterios and Edge in a 3-on-2, which was pretty interesting, as Roman Reigns just stood back and watched as his Uso cousins were getting destroyed up by the ring. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me, that coward. He just stood up by the entrance ramp and watched his own cousins get destroyed. And what was pretty cool is the Usos' eyes were put on Roman, like, help me. So I think next week they're going to be like, Roman, you coward, you didn't try to help us. We're going to go to the tag titles. Forget you. No more help for you if you're not going to help us. So I'm very interested to see where that's going to go. As far as Edge beating Roman at Money in the Bank, I don't think that's going to happen. But after Edge loses at Money in the Bank, well, if he does, of course, I don't know what he's going to do after that. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But that was a pretty solid way to end the show. Not bad whatsoever. But yes, guys, that was SmackDown. I feel like I'm forgetting something. If I am, let me know in the comments down below. But in the end, I'm definitely gonna give SmackDown a solid. It's gonna get it's right between a 3 and 4. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. A 3.5 out of 5. Show was pretty good. Saw some new things. We finished the qualifiers for the men's Money in the Bank match, and that match is turning out to be so freaking good as far as the participants go. But yes, guys, that has been the week in review for Raw and SmackDown, the setup style. If you guys enjoyed, definitely make sure to smash a like. Comment down below your favorite show this week. Which one was better, Raw or SmackDown? For me, it's got to be SmackDown. And let me know your ratings also down in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and I'll see you guys later. BrettO Live. Out.